It's Sunday and I've just been fixing some stuff up, so I'm waiting for some goo, not alien black goo, but I'm waiting for some goo to dry, so I thought I'd have a sit down for 5 minutes and have some toast, have a coffee, and I skipped through this the other day. And if you just watch the video that I posted earlier today, I referred to this as pitiful nonsense, and that's what it is, really. I mean, no serious UFO ET investigator is going to go to something like this. UFO and Conscious Life Expo. So, you know, when people start talking about consciousness, they're talking about imagination, of course. You know, I saw this in the astral, you know, I just focused my consciousness. It's all claptrap, of course. But this is, as I said in the previous video, it's more like Comic-Con than any kind of serious conference, if that's the right word. But let's just have a bit of a look at this. Yeah, I know. It's Mike Barra. I knew his brother, Wheel Barra. Yeah, we go way back. Now, join the stars of the Ancient Aliens TV show and leading truth seekers for a day of intergalactic exploration and truths. I suspect truths will be pretty thin on the ground in that place. I think that it should be called the Anything But the Truth movement. This is all about getting quids out of your pocket and into theirs. And in order to do that, they need to spruik all this bloody nonsense.
Join the stars of Ancient Aliens TV show and leading truth seekers for a day of intergalactic exploration. Of course, 50th anniversary of Apollo, they're making a big deal out of that, because it is today.
No, it is, Ben. I thought you were under the impression it never happened.
There's David Hatcher Childress.
Never heard of this guy. Join the stars. Oh, it's the same caption, but different chap. Got no idea what his meal ticket is. Is he a UFO guy or a consciousness guy, I wonder?
And Linda Moulton Howe.
Oh, Linda Moulton Howe, of course we know, well-known science fiction spruiker. She loves to spruik all the themes from well-known science fiction movies on her channel as Truth. You know, deep underground alien installations in Antarctica, straight from Alien versus Predator. Or Aliens versus Predator. Absolute nonsense, of course. What else have we got?
I think it's where they're going to be sitting, actually. What's this here? Look. Richard celebrating Richard Doe. Look at this Egyptian hanging. Sphinx. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. I don't quite know what the sphincter has got to do with anything, but to do with UFOs and consciousness. That'd be a guess at the head, I would think.
Oh, look, it's a spaceship landed, and it's E.T. E.T. folk.
Yeah, I mean, really, E.T., you know, plywood spacecraft and a rubber extraterrestrial. This is, do people really pay money? What sort of people, well, I suppose it's obvious, come to think of it, isn't it, go pay money to go along to an exhibition like this? Really? I mean, no serious UFO ET researcher is going to go to something like this.
Oh no, well, it's the bike, you know, it's a scene from E.T. Oh, mate.
So what's a science, you know, an exhibition for a science fiction film doing there? Mind you, I suppose all the UFO ET stories are science fiction, so it might actually be a good fit.
There's a spaceship there. It's just, it looks, I think it's the same size as the real one.
You do know the real one was actually a movie prop, don't you, Ben? That wasn't Star Wars. Wasn't a documentary.
someone's obviously got a lot of trouble for this replica. They really. It's I know it's the one used in the movies, but it's like it may be a prop from the movie. I don't know. More painted now. This is landing.
Hang on, let's get. Again, more science fiction.
Yeah, and here it is his wonderful gallery here. And you can buy these these little canvases of his various works. You may recognise some of these from various pieces of online, and you're very Rob.
Someone's selling science fiction posters. We're getting into the serious stuff now.
Yeah, there are book covers over there, and these Patricia Gruggen's book covers over there. We've got these are Peter Paget's.
Peter Paget, oh God. The guy that tells us he's 52% Pleiadian, who is in fact 100% plebeian. Oh dear me, is Paget presenting there as well? Oh, God.
That's right, the Peter Paget book, I recognise that. Yeah. And you're doing some live painting, I believe. I'm doing some live painting at the moment. This is a painting at the moment. It's just like it's a work in progress. It is a work in progress. I've had this vision this week of this crystal city with clouds and stuff. So basically, it's just coming out. You know. Oh, amazing! Where'd you get the ideas for all these? I don't know.
That looks like Carl Pilkington, doesn't it? The idiot has returned to Earth.
It just comes. I've just got ideas that just come one after the other, after the other, after the other, and it's just continuous. Amazing.
I can't make his accent out. Is that a West Country accent or is that a black accent?
Yeah, it is cool. I bet you've probably had some experiences. You may not remember them all, but
I've had some. It was a UFO experience that triggered off this whole genre of work, and since then I've had plenty of interesting stuff involving.
30 minutes with the planet gongs.
Yeah, that's enough.
30 minutes with the planet gongs.
Yes, that's enough of the. That's enough of the intergalactic idiot. Let's see what else we got.
An out-of-this-world sound experience with a cosmic octave. And here they are. These are the
Really? How ridiculous is this? You know, what is this intergalactic gongs in an inflatable tent? Okay, so how does anybody know what an intergalactic gong sounds like?
I think you can lie on those mats and you can see hello. Oh, that's amazing. Let's check that out. Planet gongs there.
Planet gongs.
Oh right, brilliant. I'll come and check those out. Looks beautiful in there. Looks lovely.
Nothing whatsoever to do with alien or ET research, of course.
Yeah. And it comes. Oh look here. Area 51. Oh look, it's a photo. It's a photo thing. You get. And here we have the aliens on the spaceship. Area 51. No, I've got to get a selfie here. Look, yeah. Look. I've invaded Area 51. I've invaded Area 51. I've done it. And look, here are the aliens and the spaceship.
So, you know, fiberglass aliens and a plywood flying saucer.
Here is the Roswell craft.
Anybody else out there think this is absolutely embarrassing?
That's like one of the Roswell aliens from the movie, the Roswell movie. Amazing. Oh, we have here an asteroid. There's the moon. It's the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. So there's the Earth. There's the moon. And there is the spaceman. Let's get
And a plastic astronaut, okay. What else have we got here? Let's move that back a tad.
There's the moon. Look what's over here, planets. We have here. Is the Earth? I think that's Mars. Oh, hello. How are you? All right. Oh, good to see a cafe. No, just I'll switch this up. That's Mercury, that's Earth, of course. I think that's Mars. Yeah, it's the three volcanoes. Arsia Mons, Pavonis Mons.
Appears to be the wrong colour, doesn't it?
Arsia Mons and Astræus Mons, and then there's Olympus Mons, which is a really big one. And there's Jupiter. Hey, see you later, ladies, and enjoy yourselves. And there is Saturn. And Uranus and Neptune. Uranus and Neptune.
Well, it's got to be said, hasn't it? If you're new to this caper, you obviously don't know Uranus from your elbow.
No, I've got one from. I'm not. That's the separate. Yeah. It's a Scottish. It's on the floor. Yeah. I'm just trying to basically have a quick look around. Yeah. And do. See the astronaut over there.
Personally, I don't think I could get excited about a plastic astronaut, but there we go.
Do you want to image yourself by the astronaut? Film you by the astronaut? Yeah, of course. You want to get some scope? Okay. So we have a gentleman here.
Lots of ET UFO evidence here, being seriously presented by significant, serious researchers. Dear.
Look at that. And here is the trailer.
Well, I like the Geiger counter sound effects. Now, this is the Capel Green movie that's coming out about the Rendlesham Forest incident. I think this is the Larry Warren one. Colonel Holt, of course, says Larry Warren was never there, and so does the co-author of his book. I think it was withdrawn from sale. And he said that the co-author of Larry Warren's book said that he now believes that it's all total rubbish. It's stuff he made up. As far as the Rendlesham Forest incident goes, I think we've established fairly clearly that it wasn't a UFO incident as such. No alien ET involvement with that one. People only reported seeing lights. The only person that said he actually saw a structured vehicle was Penniston. And we know Penniston is a fantasist because he came up with a lot of binary codswallop fairly recently. So I think this also is just nonsense.
It was like a thick green skin.
And that is.
Like he was looking for something.
Yeah, well, you want to do this because it's afterwards, but look, you can win a
You can win a trip in an alien spacecraft.
This gentleman here, what's your name, sir? Tony is promoting Capel Green. True story.
Do you reckon he's got more than one tooth, that guy?
Rendlesham Forest UFOs are real people, real events. It happened, yeah. This is going to be a really
zero evidence, of course, for Rendlesham, the Rendlesham incident being anything UFO ET related.
Film Tino here is the assistant director. Tony, you're on the team too, aren't you? Yeah, you are both. These are two members of the production team. It's a very much a labour of love. These people are giving up their own time. It's not Hollywood. We don't have a trailer, do you? And, no sweets.
Not yet.
Cocaine on offer. No. Maybe one day.
One day. Private island.
Yeah, we do. And so.
Yeah, so he's making the movie because one day he wants his own private island. Again, another serious UFO ET researcher. Not Hollywood, yeah, one day I'll have my own private island. And that's with your money, of course, if you're gullible enough to spend any money on the movie Capel Green.
Please do go and watch Capel Green, get the signature, and get in the competition. We'll have a couple of cows soon. She'll look in for September, but check the website, capelgreen.co.uk.
I can hardly wait.
Keep you updated. This is UFO Truth Storm here.
UFO Truth.
Do get to the UFO Truth magazine conference if you can. And get a subscription. And get on your forms here, just fill out the subscription. It's quite cheap. And Gary is the editor. You know Gary, you've been in other videos.
Hello, Ben.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, that's Gary Heseltine, who does a lot of this. I think he runs UFO Truth magazine. And I've seen him speak a couple of times on YouTube, and he describes himself as an ex-CID detective. Now, I saw on another channel the other day, someone said actually he was with the British Transport Police. So he wasn't really a major police force detective. You know, you think CID detective, they're dealing with bank robbers and real villains, you know, whereas London Transport, I didn't actually Google to see whether London Transport have a CID, but for something called UFO Truth, it's not really off to a good start, is it?
What are you doing? This is getting out here. The Travis Walton.
How old is that story?
Signed photo with Travis Walton there. Yeah. That's good stuff. I'll be at the conference, the upcoming conference, pretty soon. It'll look really good. That's good. Get a special office here.
£1 on fee?
Yeah. Very good.
You used to subscribe.
Yeah, the UFO Truth. Unfortunately, the truth is there is absolutely nothing to any of this stuff. It's all exaggerated twaddle, blatant lies. There is absolutely zero evidence for any of this alien ET stuff. Zero evidence. This lot would not know the truth if it grabbed them by the throat and slapped them round the face. They really wouldn't. I mean, now, if what I saw the other day about Mr. Heseltine is true, that he was actually a London Transport police officer, he's not actually starting with the truth when he gets up on the podium and says he was an ex-police officer, an ex-CID detective, is he? That in itself is an untruth, isn't it? Maybe someone could clarify that in the comments. Was Mr. Heseltine a real CID detective, or was he a detective with London Transport Police, or with the Transport Police? Probably wouldn't be London Transport Police. I think he's from up north somewhere.
There we are. Nice. I don't shoot. I've been killed by alien.
More serious alien ET research here. We can see Dr. Alan Hynek and Seth Shostak conducting some very significant ET UFO research. Obviously it's going to have to be corroborated by a panel of peers.
These guys are amazing. Look at these costumes. Look at that. Oh my god. Got a ray gun and everything. Oh, wicked, man, wicked. Tino has been abducted. I hope you get a good hard probing, young man. You're going to sit down for a week.
Ben probably knows that from experience, I suspect.
Here on Sunday, we have the custom cupcake company.
Oh no, the custom cupcake company again. You know, what the hell has this got to do with ET UFO research? This is embarrassing rubbish, really, isn't it? I mean, even though he only paid 10 quid for this, if I had paid 10 quid for this, I would be demanding my money back. I would be screaming, this is rubbish. 10 quid for, you know, some rubber aliens, a plywood flying saucer, and a lot of people peddling their dubious wares. Although, that said, the cupcakes do actually look pretty good. I'm sure that if I was there, I would buy a chocolate cupcake, come to think of it. It's probably about the only thing I would buy there.
They smell nice. I smell it from here. Always once I start eating these, I won't be able to stop. Exactly. You know, that's two same things. We've got fudge in it.
Oh, he's got some vegan pork pies there. That's quite interesting.
Oh my god, fudge. Nice. Very nice. And here's something else. Dracula. Come on. Is this wine? Yes.
So they got a wine stall now, you know, a Dracula wine stall. You know, people like Carl Sagan and Alan Hynek and who was the guy, the radiation belts guy, Van Allen. Although he wasn't actually interested in ET UFO, was he? So Seth Shostak and Frank Drake. you know, they would be falling about laughing. Or actually, they probably wouldn't even bother watching this, I would think. You know, people that are seriously involved in trying to find alien life are just going to just cringe and think this whole exhibition is pitiful. That's the word I used in the previous video, and it is. It's absolutely pitiful. It's an embarrassment.
Dracula wine. It's not blood.
Can't tell you now because it's all in the morning.
Oh, yeah, t-shirt. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, there's the name, right? So everything
Being sold by Warren Zevon, by the look of it.
is from Transylvania. It's linked with the Dracula, like the legend of Dracula. Still, nothing better like the.
Now, Ben, being the razor-sharp investigator that he is, hasn't actually asked this chap what this has to do with aliens or the extraterrestrial phenomenon.
There's historical character, something like life, and over there there's something like spirit also.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, so Dracula wine from Transylvania is the price list. It's Transylvania wine, and you can get some more. I have to grab a bottle of that later, but I won't drink it all in one go.
Okay.
I need some spirits as well. Okay. Legends of Transylvania. Oh my goodness. Do you know Dr. Dan Farkash?
Yeah.
You know him, yeah. I've spoken to him.
Okay.
He's interested. He's from your country, but he's in UFOs. Talk about UFOs. A lot of UFOs in Romania.
Yeah. That is the famous forest, the approved Baja forest, and all of that strange things over there. So it's like.
Oh, well, the UFOs are at least getting a mention.
Well, it's a big country, you know, so there are a lot of energetic places over there. So,
We've got UFOs over Romania. It's very interesting because there's a place in the there's a church which has a really old mural which has a flying saucer on it.
Okay.
Oh, amazing.
yeah.
Perfect. Typical for me.
It's packed, isn't it? I don't know if you can see that, can you? All these empty seats. Pardon me, I just eating some toast.
This is Hangar 2. I'm in Hangar 2 now. The way the Awakens work is there's two separate auditoriums called Hangar 1 and Hangar 2. Hangar 1 is where you have there's Linda Moulton Howe, Richard Dolan, David Hatcher Childress, and can't remember who else.
Let's just move this. Let's just move this on.
And this is, of course, very much like. It's kind of like an out of body.
What's happening is, but it's purely vindictive by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
But it's got illegal now.
Wow.
So.
But that's a really. I was really sad when I heard that happen because I know you've been doing sky watching in that part of the world.
Yeah.
And I've seen your videos from there.
Yeah.
And everything. Because your YouTube channel is.
It's thanks to you.
Was it?
You christened it.
IDTTFN.
You said, you know, at the end of every one of your videos, you say ta-ta for now.
Yeah.
That was you.
That was
It's all
my
your
idea, was
fault.
it? Oh right, I inspired Heidi for her YouTube channel. Oh my, look at that! There's an alien. Oh, it's a stormtrooper, isn't it? It's got a tinfoil hat.
I like the tinfoil.
That's probably the first appropriate thing I've seen there.
There's a. Oh my god, who's that?
And they got Obi-Wan Kenobi there, and someone else with a colander on their head. Again, you know, this is obviously significant academic input to the study of the alien UFO field.
It's like Spider-Man, and there's a. Oh my god, there's a. Oh, wicked! There's a Jedi. Oh my god. We've been inundated with all kinds of. Did you see the two aliens earlier on?
No.
Oh, there's an aliens, and then we've got Stormtrooper. There's a Stormtrooper from the Return of the Jedi. What's that say there? Let's just check that out. Endor Death. Oh, inside job.
Now, I'm surprised Ben doesn't grab that and run with it. You know, the Endor Death Star was an inside job.
Don't tell me the.
Again, nothing whatsoever to do with UFOs or ETs. It looks like a Comic-Con stroke science fiction type gathering, doesn't it? Awakening what, I wonder? What on earth? What's he called this? Awakening 2019. What is this Awakening exactly?
Ewoks did it.
Rubber aliens, plywood spacecraft, Dracula wine, cupcakes, planetary gongs.
You see, the Ewoks appear really harmless, but that's their disguise. It's all part of the plot, isn't it?
Yeah. I saw a reptile yesterday.
What, in the zoo?
Yeah.
Oh,
A
really?
reptile, yeah.
Oh my God, is he still here now?
Yeah, I think he's here. He's very, very tall. And I got a corner of the eye. I looked at him, and he was doing his sort of walking past while I was watching. There was like a blank area behind me, and he was walking that way, and I just caught him. It freaked me out. The eyes went like that.
Oh, right.
I was like, did I just see that? Did I really just see what I just saw?
Scary, yeah.
It was. I was, oh, okay. Hi.
Yeah, now I think she's being serious here. Now Ben, of course, as I probably previously mentioned, being the razor-sharp investigative journalist that he is, doesn't say, quick, come with me, show me this tall reptilian. You know, I need to see a real reptilian. I want to get this reptilian. I've got my camera here. I want to get them on video, and if possible, I want to interview an alien reptile. He doesn't say any of that because he doesn't believe a word she's saying.
Yeah, some rat reptiles. Well, I mean, there's all kinds of. We've certainly seen a rat.
So he just brushes past it. Now, if he believed that, I get the impression that she was giving that story as a real story, as though she believed she'd just seen a reptile. Or she wants us to believe that she's just seen a reptile. But Ben Emlyn-Jones, I mean, he could even be a member of the royal family, according to Ben. He thinks they're all lizards from another star system. Lizards from outer space living in Buckingham Palace. He could nip in there and get a quick interview with Prince Charles, or Prince Philip, maybe. He might have to shout a bit if it was Prince Philip, I suspect. But you can tell that Ben Emlyn-Jones does not believe in alien reptiles. Any more than he believes in a lot of half of this other stuff that he puts forward as truth. This is supposed to be the truth movement, remember? Put this show on. The truth movement. Oh dear, how are we doing? 27 minutes. Well, I'm not gonna do any more of this. It's really just offensive rubbish. It's pitiful drivel, really, isn't it? Absolute bloody hogwash. All right, well, as always, if you've struggled through this this video all the way to the end, thanks for watching. Jolly well done, and maybe I'll catch you again.